MLB Hit and Run Daily Quick Hit for April 15th, 2021. My name is Doug Shane. You can find me on Twitter at Bankster17. You can find our work at banksterdfs.com. $3.99 a week get you access to all of our content, daily articles, player polls, and the best Slack chat in the business. And that covers all DFS sports, major sports, niche sports, college sports. We have it all. Our Slack has been bumping for NBA and NHL, PGA showdowns, and of course, Major League Baseball is crushing it. And over the weekend, you'll find NASCAR, soccer, and MMA content as well. And that is all covered for the $3.99 a week at banksterdfs.com. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video where I can tell you how you can get a free preview of Bankster DFS through the weekend. But for right now, let's take a look at how our player pool did yesterday for Major League Baseball. Michael Guttadero came through, and it wasn't the best player pool through no fault of Michael's. I mean, he came. The player just didn't come through. Listen, if we take a look at the pictures, outside of Zach Plesac, there was nothing terribly wrong about the pitchers, especially in terms of the way that the model came through for us. Josh Fleming was rated as the top pitcher on the slate, and he was fine. 5 innings, 2 strikeouts, 1 earned run. Didn't pick up the win, but he pitched well enough to get the win. Charlie Morton had a ton of strikeouts, just had a really bad early start to the game, but then settled in and was striking out a ton of Marlins batters. And Dustin May was pitching fine. He had 6 strikeouts in 4 1/3 innings, got into a little trouble in the 5th inning, and Dave Roberts pulled him. If they let the kid work out of the jam, perhaps he finishes that inning well, gets the win, and everything looks a lot better with Dustin May. It happens, unfortunately, sometimes, but I don't think the pool was all that wrong when it came to the pitching outside of Plesac, who just got bombed. That happens sometimes. The White Sox are a really good offense, made one really bad pitch to Yerman Mercedes, and it kind of opened the floodgates for Plesac and didn't make it out of the first, but those things happen. In terms of the actual batters for the player pool, our preferred plays, the ones that are in bold, you could pull out a good cash game lineup here. Yuli Gurriel looked okay. Justin Turner had a really good game. Ronald Acuna was outstanding. A little chalky, but if you had him, you felt pretty good about it, especially if you used May and Morton or Fleming. You pulled out. You had the opportunity to pull out a cash game win. Carlos Rodon was not that highly owned, so that perfect game didn't kill you if you didn't have it. GPP wasn't completely on fire yesterday, as it's been most of the year, but that sneaky Miami stack turned out really well. Jazz Chisholm hit the home run. Jesus Aguilar did well. There were avenues to success there. Gouda did himself a fine job with the pool yesterday. And you're not going to win a GPP every day, right? There was a cash game route that you could have taken to be successful, and that's what we're looking for. And speaking of what we're looking for, let's see what we're going for today. Today, we're taking a look at the main slate. The early slate is in our Slack chat. I've got the pitching model and some notes in our Slack chat for members. And then the full article and then this preview will relate to the 5-game main slate in the afternoon. Not a ton of pitching on the main slate. There's one good option, not the guy we're targeting here. The guy I'm looking at for this preview, though, is Jacob Junis. The model didn't hate him, and Junis had a really strong outing his last start. He went 5 innings, struck out 6 against the Indians, but he only had 58 pitches. I do have a concern that if they're not going to give Junis the amount of innings and pitches that he needs, because it's not really about the innings, right? He was super efficient through the 5 innings, but 58 pitches and they yank him. I would love to see him get to 80, 85 pitches in this game. And if he's pitching efficiently, that could be 6 or so innings. Toronto, listen, they're hitting really well this year, but a lot of that's happened in Dunedin where it's more of a hitter's ballpark. Playing in Kansas City is more of a pitcher's ballpark. I'm not 100% sure I can use Junis in cash today, but I do think it's $6,400. There is some upside for a 17, 18 point type of game if he can get through 5 innings, kind of replicate what he did against the Indians last time. We know he has it in him. If he is stretched out a little bit more and can get some extra pitches in the game, instead of 58 pitches, he gets 75, 80 pitches. We could see a nice game out of Junis. And with the lack of quality pitching in this slate, a guy like Junis is someone you can throw in there and then have some extra room for the bats. And one of the bats that I love, he's expensive. He's $5,500, but Justin Turner's been ripping left-handed pitching this year. Historically, he hits left-handed pitching hard. Has a good career line against Austin Gomber. It's only 4 at-bats, but he has 2 doubles, 3 runs scored, 3 hits, and 3 walks. He's kind of locked in on Gomber, and Gomber's not a great pitcher. I like locking in our cash game lineups with Justin Turner. He's obviously going to be part of any Dodger stack that you make, but he's one of the first names I'm locking in, especially in the high end to my cash games. So Justin Turner's a guy, and then Jacob Junis as the GPP pitcher that we're looking at. Folks, you can find the rest of our player pool and the early slate pitching model and some notes in our Slack chat at banksterdfs.com. $3.99 a week gets you access to all of it. Again, you get those daily articles, player pool, Slack chat, and it's not just for Major League Baseball. For $3.99, you get everything, all the sports that we cover, the major sports, the niche sports, the college sports, the Slack chat, the articles, the pools. You're not going to find a better deal than $3.99 a week at banksterdfs.com. But if you come talk to me on Twitter at Bankster17, send me a DM, and let me know you want to check us out for free. I'll let you see what we do for the entire weekend. We'll sign you up for a free membership through the weekend. No commitment, no hidden charges. You just come in and see what we do all weekend. And once you're done with the weekend, you're going to love what we have. And again, after that, if you want to commit to that, it's $3.99 a week at banksterdfs.com. Folks, this has been your Major League Baseball hit and run daily quick hit. My name is Doug Shane. Find me at banksterdfs.com. Come talk to me on Twitter at Bankster17, and we will see you tomorrow.